Hello, welcome to this review of EVE Online. EVE Online is a game about spaceships. This is the game loading up. You start off in a space station. There's my character. But we're going to get in a ship. We're going to ask our agent for a mission and get in a ship. At its most basic level, if you don't worry about anything else, the sort of easiest, simplest way to play EVE Online is simply doing missions. A bit like doing quests in an MMO. So this guy, who is an agent in a space station where I'm currently docked, is asking me to go and to kill a thief and loot some reports that this thief has stolen. I'm going to accept that, close that, and undock so we can see the ship and we can see what it's like to fly around in the world of EVE Online. EVE Online, for my money, is the most sophisticated, complicated MMO out there, and its great advantage over other MMOs is the level of openness of the game. The fact that it's a real living, breathing world that players make for themselves. So it's not just about finding NPCs to give you quests and doing what the NPCs tell you to do. It's about creating a world, being part of a world, making things happen. You can actually make a difference on the map, as we'll look at in just a moment. First of all, though, this is my spaceship. It's a Tengu, which is a pretty good ship in the world of EVE Online. And I'm going to go and shoot something so we can see some explosions and pretty colours. Combat in EVE Online is a bit different to many other games. It's not about using special attacks or anything like that. It's about things like where you place your ship, how far away you place it from your opponents, how you've set your ship up, what sort of items you've added to your spaceship, whether you've built, because even if you're not an industrialist or a crafter, whatever you want to call it, even if you're buying your ship from other players, you kind of decide what it's going to have. I'll open up a fitting bay here. We've got missile launchers, we've got shields, we've got various items here which improve my ship's capabilities, and we've got rigs, up more items that generally improve it. This afterburner, I'll turn it on actually, gives the ship higher speed. So the way I've set up my ship determines how effective it's going to be in combat, and it determines what I need to do in order to fly it. In this case, my tactics involve basically flying away from the enemies, using my speed and my ability to shoot them with missiles, which means I can shoot them from a long distance to kill them off without having too much damage applied to me. There are a number of combat ships which are sort of basic combat ships. You'll start off in a frigate, which is the smallest one, and as a new player you'll probably get given a frigate. Let's see, an example of a frigate is a Incursus. Let's have a look at an Incursus. There we go. That's a frigate, and you'll work your way up into larger ships. After a frigate comes a cruiser, and then a battle cruiser, and finally a battleship. Let's look at a battleship. The Armageddon, I suppose. It's quite a good one. This is a Amar battleship. You'll find that as well as the type of ship that you're flying, such as frigates or cruisers, there's a huge variety within each type of ship. So for example, standard battleships come in 4 racial types: Amar, Kaldari, Galante, and Minmatar. So those are sort of very basic ships, but then you have a whole load of specialised ships, ships which are used for mining. The most famous of which in the game is the Hulk, This is an industrial ship. It's designed to be good at mining. And other ships which are designed for carrying goods from one place to another. Some might have a role in electronic warfare, for example. They might be very good at jamming enemy ships, at preventing enemy ships' weapon systems from working. There's a whole range of different specialised uses that ships can have. There's a guy there mining actually. Now I was going to sort of do some basic mining just to show you this, but because he's mining, we can watch him. Now I did a mission earlier. You saw me doing a mission, and the point of that mission was to earn some money. This guy is earning money in a different way. He is mining in a coveter, which is a ship designed to be good at mining, and you can see he has a number of asteroids targeted, and he's using his mining lasers to extract ore from the asteroids. And this is one of the great features about EVE Online. I spoke about back to my ship. I spoke about the different modules, the different spaceships that are available in the game. But what makes EVE pretty much unique, I think, in the world of MMOs, is that in this game, almost all the items that you see will be made by players. Somebody somewhere will have made these items. That's why they are available to buy. Somebody's made them, and they're selling them. And if we look at the price, it may seem complicated. You can see how far I have to go to get one. There's this is an Atron, which is a frigate. There's one of these available just one jump away. That's in the solar system next door. Different prices. Prices vary depending on where you are. So it's very much a living economy. Players can do things in this economy. They can make items, they can sell items, they can move items around, they can use their common sense, their intelligence to look for opportunities to make a profit. Another way that you can extract raw materials which can be used in industry is by what's called planetary interaction, which involves basically setting up factories on planets. Here's a factory on this planet. The point here is that you can set up little supply chains. You can play a little game whereby you create items on the planet, so you can extract the raw materials. You can then transform the raw materials. This is a little factory I've got here, which is taking the raw material and producing crystals. Then I've got another factory which takes the crystals as well as metals that I'm inputting and creates consumer electronics. And then ultimately this one here is creating mechanical parts, and then this factory here takes consumer electronics and mechanical parts and produces robotics, and the end result is robotics which I can possibly sell. At its most basic level, EVE is a game that you can play by going out and just shooting things, which is fantastic. If you're interested in getting more involved in the game and getting involved in the economy, you'll find that it's extremely complex. So let's have a look at security systems, security status. If you look at this system up in the top left hand corner, it says there's a security level of 0.7. Anything with a security status of 10 to 1, I should say, between 1 and 0.5 is considered to be high security. You're safe, pretty safe anyway, in a high security system. Nothing horrible is going to happen to you. Other players are not allowed to shoot you in a high security system, or at least if they do shoot you, then Concord, who are the police service in the game, will turn up and shoot them. So let's look at the map at the security status. Yeah, here we go. This seems about right. I'm here. The system I'm in is coloured green on this map. All these little dots are solar systems. It's coloured green because it's a high security system and it's safe. You see these sort of orange and yellow dots. Yellow is actually safe. Yellow is 0.5, so yellow is as low as it gets, as low as the security status gets, while still being relatively safe. Orange 0.4, that's low security. If you're in a low security system, people can shoot you. Now let's zoom out a bit. You can see all this area red. The red area has a security status of 0.0 or less. Because it can actually get to minus 0. Minus 1, 0. Minus 5, 6. So anything lower than 0.5 is unsafe. And you can see that a good chunk of the map, I don't know how much it is actually, it looks, just looking at this, it looks like more than half of the map is, it's definitely more than half, is unsafe. More than half the map has a low security status. Now, for the area which is coloured red, not the orange, but the red stars, 0 security or less than that. In many cases, players will be able to control these systems. Players can claim ownership of them by setting up territorial control units, and they can fight for them, fight against other players, and they can build their own space stations in them. And I don't mean the towers, the things that mine the moons. I mean actual stations that you can dock in, outposts, like they're called. And you can own your own outpost. You can dock your ship there. You can do everything there that you can do. Well, nearly everything that you can do in a normal outpost. But you can decide who docks there. So if you own it, and only you and your friends, your corporation, your alliance, and allies of your alliance will be able to dock there and use it. So let's go to 00 space. So here we are in a low security system. Obviously it looks pretty much the same as the type of place that we were in before. But the point is that anybody here can shoot us. I mean, in theory, even friends could shoot us if they wanted to. And it would be a matter for the corporation, the alliance, to deal with. But in terms of game mechanics, there's nothing to stop it happening. But one of the things that's very cool about EVE is the fact that these little dots can change. These we can lose space, we can gain space, we can take space away from our enemies. And let's have a look at a planet. And they can take it away from us. They can come and try to kill us, and they probably will. But it makes for an interesting game where the world can change depending on what the players do. And in this case, we're talking about PvP combat, where players fight each other. What's unique about EVE, and I think it is unique, at least amongst sort of big budget, sort of high profile MMOs, there might be some small indie MMOs out there, is the fact that it depends so much on players to create the game, to create the world, in terms of the economy, in terms of who owns which bits of space. It's not about doing things that the developers have created for you. It's not about fighting a sort of boss monster with a very clever script that the developers have created. It's about doing things yourself and creating your own world and being part of this world that many thousands of other players have helped to create. So if that sounds like fun to you, then EVE Online is probably a pretty good game for you to consider playing. Thank you very much for listening to my film.